She'd never seen that light switch before. Straining her eyes across the dark bedroom, she could just make out its shape. Small and round, it protruded to a blunt point. It must be a trick of the light, similar to those grotesque faces that had emerged from the flowers smothering her childhood's bedroom curtains. Her parents' verdict? An overactive imagination. Coral had been denied her repeated plea to exchange the perfectly good curtains for something less frightening. When she grew up, the faces in the curtains disappeared. Despite how stupid it was, she still carried a secret fear of the unknown, a fear of the threats that nestle amongst ordinary things. Slipping her hand from beneath the covers, she flicked on her bedside lamp. The bright light hurt her eyes. Shutting her lids tight, she kept them closed until the pain subsided. On blinking them open, the section of vivid purple wall where the switch had been was clear and flat. Her overactive imagination again. 3 days later, the switch appeared again. This time it was in the living room. She was knitting a jumper for her son. Frustrated at dropping a stitch, she looked away to rest her eyes, and there it was, the same small, neat mound. This time she couldn't blame a nighttime hallucination. Placing her knitting to one side, she stood up, staring at the unwelcome switch. She wondered if it would turn on her lights. The idea was silly, of course it couldn't be connected to anything. Unless it was a new addition that her son had ordered the electricians to install without her knowledge, adding another period feature to her recently renovated living room. After the fire, her son had insisted they restore the room to the original Victorian. Opening up the fireplace and choosing vintage items had made it just so. At first, she'd resisted. Keeping it as her husband had wanted made him feel close, warding off the suddenness of his death. Richard had had the house modernized just after they'd met, and he'd been so excited about the surprise, she hadn't known about it until it was completed. He was fond of contemporary styles and wanted her to have all the mod cons for their life together. Brash, bold colours stylish in the 1970s were used, and each room had a different theme. He'd installed gas central heating, a fitted kitchen, and a bathroom suite. As soon as she had seen the house from the street, she'd loved it. It resembled the type she drew as a child, detached, symmetrical, and neat. Her idea of the perfect home. A shiny black door in the centre offered entry to its 4 floors. She laughed aloud with shock when she saw the rainbow interior. It was not to her taste at all. She thought it ugly and was disappointed to live in a beautiful old house that had been turned into a nightclub. She had dreamed about them choosing the decor together, making their first decisions as a married couple. Never mind. Richard had already done it all for her, and she wanted to please him, so she never told him. When married life became routine, Richard spent most of his time at home in his office on the top floor, and she in the lounge, which backed onto the enormous garden. She loved having a generous garden full of overhanging trees and burgeoning plants. Watching the birds that came and went throughout the year made her happy, and she felt gratified she could offer them a home. But the switch was neither from the original 1880s fittings nor from the 1970s. It must be bakelite, 1940s, I guess. Coral listened to her son's reply. And you're sure you didn't ask for it? No, why would you? Okay, sweet pea, I know. Come and try on your new jumper soon, yes. Yes, okay, love you too.